So in this lesson, we're going to look at how to take a word problem and turn that into a algebra equation. And then we're going to look at how to solve the equation or solving equations using what's known as the balancing method. Okay, so if we have a look at this, so we want to have a read over this and we want to turn this into an algebra expression. So I think of a number. So what we always do is we let the number that we're trying to work out be equal to x. Okay, so in this case we let the value be equal to x. So x, okay, x is the number. And then what we do is we write everything in terms of x. So depending on what the sentence tells us about the number, we write everything in terms of x. So I think of a number, I subtract 2 from it. Okay, so if the number is x and I subtract 2 from it, then that's going to be x minus 2. And I multiply the result by 3. So when I take this number and I subtract x from it, I'm going to get a result. And then I have to multiply that by 3. So how would we represent that using an algebra expression? So we just put this whole thing in brackets and then put a 3 outside here like that. That means that I'm multiplying the result of what's inside the bracket, x minus 2, by 3. And then it tells us that the result is 9. Okay, so the result is 9. That means that after I take x, I subtract 2 from it, the answer then I multiply by 3, the result is going to be equal to 9. It's equal to 9. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. So what we've done there is we've taken this word problem and we've translated it into an algebra expression. Now notice that we have brackets outside here as well. So what we need to be able to do then is we need to be able to solve this expression. So when we have a bracket like this, the first thing we want to do is we want to remove the bracket. So we take the number that's on the outside and we multiply it by each term that's on the inside. So what this means is we're taking 3 and we're multiplying it by x, and we're multiplying it by minus 2. Okay, so let's do that. So 3 multiplied by x is going to be equal to 3x, and 3 multiplied by minus 2 is going to be equal to minus 6. So remember, with integers, like signs give plus, unlike signs give minus. So this is a positive integer, this is a negative integer. When I multiply them by each other, the result is minus. It's going to be a minus or a negative integer. In this case, minus 6 is equal to 9. Now we have like a linear equation, and what we can start to do is we can start to solve for x, okay, or what's known as solving the equation. That means that we're trying to work out what this value for x is. And what we do is we start taking away all of the numbers around x, starting with the ones furthest away first, and then working our way right in until we get the value for x. So for example, if I take, so 3x minus 6, so I want to get rid of this minus 6 here. So what we can do is we can think about this equal sign as a balance. Okay, so this side here is equal to this side, so that means that this side here is balanced with this side. So whatever I do on the left hand side, any operations I do on the left hand side of the equation, I have to do the same operations on the right hand side of the equation as well to keep it balanced. So for example, 3x minus 6 is equal to 9. Now what I want to do is I want to get rid of this minus 6 here. So this is subtraction. You think about the opposite of subtraction, which is addition, and so we're going to have to add something to this. So in order to turn this to 0 or get rid of it, we have to add 6, and then it'll cancel out. And if we add 6 on this side, again we have to add 6 on this side as well. Again, think about it like a balance. And what's going to happen then is these two guys will cancel out. So minus 6 plus 6 will cancel out. And that will just leave me with 3x is equal to 9 plus 6. Okay, and 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. Okay, So now we're closer to getting x on its own. So what we need to do now is we need to get rid of the 3 here that's in front of the x. So when 3, so this term here, okay, so this is an algebra term. The number in front is called the coefficient and the letter is called the variable. So this means 3 multiplied by the value of x. So that's what that means. So again, we think about the operation that's at play. So the operation is 3 multiplied by the value of x, so it's multiplication. So in order to get rid of this 3 in front of the x, we have to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So in order to change this, if you like, to 1, we have to divide this term by 3. And what that will enable us to do is to cancel these two out and just leave us with x. Now, again, because this is like a balance, if I divide this side by 3, then I have to keep it balanced, I have to also divide the other side by 3 as well, like that. And then what's going to happen is these two will cancel out with each other, and it'll just leave us with x on the left hand side is equal to 15 divided by 3, which is equal to 5. So our answer is 5. The unknown number is 5. So again, going back to our question, I think of a number, I subtract 2 from it, I multiply the result by 3, the result is 9. Okay, so therefore the number is 5. And what we can do is we can show this by taking this value of x and substituting it back into this expression here to show that it is the correct value. And I'll do this here just in a different color. Okay, so if we go here on the left hand side and we just do this, so again this is our expression. So I'll write up our algebra expression. So it's going to be 3 times the value of x minus 2 is equal to 9. And what we're saying is that we've worked out that x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5. So what we can do is we can prove this by substituting the value into this expression. So that means we take the value of x and we put it in here. Wherever there's an x in the equation, we put in 5. So it's going to be 3 times 5 minus 2 is equal to 9. Okay, so we have to work out what's inside the brackets first. Remember, the order of operations, we have to do what's inside brackets first. So it's going to be 3 times 3. So 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 is equal to 9. And we see this means 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9. So 9 is equal to 9. So that's really what's known as solving equations. So we've taken this word problem, we've turned it into an algebra expression, and then we've solved the algebra expression using the balancing method. So again, think about the equal sign in here like a balance. Whatever operations we do on the left hand side of the equal sign, we have to do the same on the right hand side. So we solved, we got our value of x, which is equal to 5, and then this here just shows you like what we're trying to do. Okay, so it shows that, or proof, if you like, that x is indeed equal to 5. Okay, thank you for listening.